Greetings, dear clients. Dear subscribers, this is Sion Company with you. In this video, we will be reviewing the Rolls-Royce of video surveillance systems. This is the Sion Grot X system. I will also tell you about the Sion Grot XE modifications. This is one of the best video surveillance camera systems. Here you have 8 megapixels, 5 times digital zoom, a Sony sensor, night IR shooting up to 60 meters, and many other interesting features. There will be a detailed video review in this video. I'll show you how easily it connects and how to install the app on your smartphone. We'll take a look at the control menu together. Be sure to watch this video until the end if you're planning to buy a surveillance camera system of this class. So let's start by talking about the different modifications. There is the Sion Grot X system and there is the Sion Grot XE system. As you can see, the XE is priced lower, and people often ask what's the difference between them. The XE version is the one with more budget-friendly processors. The processor is what's inside the camera, inside the video recorder, and it's what determines the image quality. The version with E processors delivers a simpler image, about 20 to 30% lower quality, but at the same time, this system is cheaper for the same money. So here it really comes down to your budget. Those with a bigger budget go for the more expensive version, while those who need a more budget-friendly solution can choose the version with cheaper processors. So these surveillance cameras are equipped with a Sony sensor. The sensor is what's inside the camera and it determines 90% of the image quality and its longevity. And these are original Sony sensors. These are not copies, not replicas, not fakes from AliExpress. These are genuine Sony sensors. They also come equipped with a set of the latest technologies. One of them is WDR technology. Buying a surveillance camera without this technology is basically money wasted. Because no matter where you place your camera, several times a day you'll encounter situations where sunlight hits the lens, or on the contrary, a shadow falls across it. By the way, let's remove the protective film so it doesn't distract us. And in cameras that don't have this technology, all the faces in the frame will appear black at those moments and license plates will be unreadable. And here there's a special technology installed that solves this problem. And this is the real WDR technology, not a copy, replica or fake from AliExpress. Right now there are a lot of such cameras on the market where unscrupulous makeshift manufacturers claim that the cameras supposedly have WDR on board, but in reality it's either not there at all or it's implemented incorrectly and doesn't solve the problem of darkened faces. Here I repeat, only the original WDR technology is used, only the original Sony sensor. Sion equipment is overall premium quality equipment. All equipment comes with a 3-year warranty. This model also features DNR technology. This is a technology that reduces the amount of noise, meaning graininess, during nighttime recording. It also includes smart AR technology, defog anti-fog technology, and built-in intelligent motion sensors. This means the video surveillance system here can record all information based on motion detection. The motion sensor can be adjusted for sensitivity, and you can set the detection area for the sensor. This is convenient in cases where, for example, a dog is running around in the frame. The system can also send notifications to your smartphone when the motion sensor is triggered. These cameras have a 5 times digital zoom. People often ask, why do cameras need zoom? The answer is quite simple. A camera with 5 times zoom can see 5 times farther than a camera without zoom. Here, the zoom is optical and electronic. That means you can control the zoom remotely from your phone, tablet or computer. And this camera is equipped with an autofocus system, so you don't need to adjust the focus manually, like on many cameras where you have to turn something. The system will automatically adjust the focus after zooming in. So let's talk about what exactly a ready-made kit is and what is included in the Sion Grot video surveillance systems. Everything you need is included so that you can take the video surveillance system out of the box, connect it and have it working right away. Here, in our review, we have a system with 4 cameras, complete with a hard drive. Sion Grot systems come in configurations ranging from 1 to 32 cameras, that is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 16, 20 and 32 cameras. And all these configurations are available both with and without a hard drive. In other words, they differ in the number of cameras, the amount of cable, the power supply and the video recorders. In configurations without a hard drive, there will be no recording, only online viewing is available. A hard drive is a device that is installed inside the video recorder, and it is where the recordings are stored. We are often asked, how long will the standard hard drive last for recording? If you choose a configuration with a hard drive, it will always come with a 1 terabyte drive. And let's take a look at a typical setup with 4 cameras. For 4 cameras, a 1 terabyte hard drive will last about 5 days of continuous recording or about 2 weeks if recording is triggered by motion detection. Only specialized hard drives designed for video surveillance systems can be used in a surveillance system. If you install a non-specialized hard drive, your equipment will automatically lose its warranty. If you have a hard drive left over from your old surveillance system, yes, you can install it. However, remember that before installation you must format it, otherwise recording will not start. If you purchase a kit with a 1 TB hard drive, or if you choose to upgrade to a larger hard drive, it will already be installed in the video recorder and pre-formatted. So you just take it out of the box, connect it, and everything will work automatically. So in the kit for 4 cameras, you get accordingly 4 cameras. Each camera also comes with a mounting bracket with a hex key for adjustment, instructions, and a template for easy installation. The kit also includes 18 meters of cable for each camera. Here you can see what the cable looks like. It is a dual cable. This is the BNC connector which transmits video, and this is the power connector. Accordingly, using this connector and this wire, the camera receives power from the power supply unit, which is also included in the kit. This is the power supply unit that you will use to connect your cameras. I will show you clearly how this is done. The power supply is connected through a splitter. The splitter is also included in the kit. The kit also includes a video recorder. Let's take a look at it. On the front panel of the video recorder, we see 3 indicator lights here: the hard drive indicator, the internet indicator, and the power indicator. If everything is working properly, these lights will be on or blinking. There is also a USB port here. It's convenient to connect a mouse or a flash drive here to transfer information. On the back side, we can see 4 BNC connectors for connecting surveillance cameras and 1 connector for connecting an additional microphone, so you can hook one up if needed. There are also VGA and HDMI ports here for connecting a monitor. I recommend that you always use the HDMI port. That way you'll be able to view the footage from your surveillance cameras in the highest possible quality. It is recommended to connect using monitors, such as 27-inch or 32-inch models, so you can view everything in maximum detail. How do surveillance monitors differ from standard TVs and monitors? They differ in that the standard camera display grid, when you want to view 4 or 8 cameras at the same time on your monitor, is always displayed correctly on these monitors. If you use your own monitor or TV, sometimes this grid may be displayed incorrectly or unevenly. So if you encounter this issue, if your monitor does not support the standard output of surveillance systems, then it is recommended in this case to purchase specialized surveillance monitors. Here we also see a LAN port. This is a network port. You connect the internet here in order to view video online. With your phone, you can not only watch the video, but also download the archive and control the zoom. And here you can also see a USB port and a power connector. This is where the second power supply, which is also included in the package, is connected. This is a separate power supply, and it can only be used to power the video recorder itself. A control mouse is always included with the video recorder as well. These surveillance cameras are outdoor, vandal-proof, can withstand temperatures down to -60 degrees and can handle any rain or snow. They are color cameras and are universal. They can be installed both indoors and outdoors. These cameras come with very powerful infrared illumination up to 60 meters. And this illumination here is not based on the old unsightly R5 infrared LEDs, which have the problem of burning out by the end of the first year of use. And right now every second surveillance camera comes with such LEDs. Here the infrared illumination is implemented using modern IR LED diodes, which do not have this problem. The Ison Grot video surveillance system comes with Ison On technology. This is a technology that prevents the common problem of your settings being reset when the power goes out. This is a frequent issue with many manufacturers. The settings get reset and you have to set up the mobile viewing option or motion sensors all over again if you had them configured. Overall, it's worth mentioning that this video surveillance system is designed for installation by ordinary users. In other words, even if you had no idea what a video surveillance system was yesterday, today you'll be able to install it yourself without any trouble, and you won't need to call in a separate specialist or pay extra fees. Let me repeat, this is a ready-made kit so that you can set up video surveillance on your own. We are also often asked, what accessories are most commonly purchased? What do you actually need to buy in addition? It is recommended to install the video surveillance system right away with its own uninterruptible power supply that has surge protection. A power surge can happen during any strong thunderstorm. Video surveillance is low voltage equipment. HD always means 12 volts, and low voltage equipment is much more likely to burn out during thunderstorms compared to regular household appliances like TVs or refrigerators. Another common accessory that is often purchased with this video surveillance system is the mounting base for the cameras. They are necessary to seal these connectors during installation. They are only needed for outdoor installations. If it's an indoor installation, you don't need to spend extra money on them. If the installation is outdoors, it is recommended to use Ison D490 or Ison D490E metal bases. Plastic bases are not recommended here because the cameras are quite heavy and substantial. Another common question is, if I'm installing a surveillance camera outdoors, but not in the open air, say under an awning, do I still need to use a base? It is recommended to use a base outdoors in any case, because these connectors can corrode due to increased moisture, which we experience in all regions, especially in autumn and during rainy seasons. As a result, your surveillance camera may fail after a year or a year and a half. And naturally, this will not be covered under warranty. Therefore, if you want to install a surveillance system once and have it work for many years without any problems, it is best to immediately use a base. Again, I recommend the Ison D490E or Ison D490 and uninterruptible power supplies. The other accessories are monitors. I've already told you about them, and routers are also often purchased. This video surveillance system supports working with 3G and 4G internet, meaning internet that is provided via a SIM card rather than through a wired connection. If that's your situation, then you will need a specialized system where the video recorder supports working with these types of IP addresses. And to connect, you need a USB modem with a SIM card and a router with an RJ45 port. We have specialized routers for video surveillance systems. They are sold on our website in the Other section. They have special firmware that never conflicts with any operator. Everything works correctly. People often ask, if I already have my own router at the site, can I connect to it? Yes, you can connect it and give it a try. You need an RJ45 port. With non-specialized routers, it's a 50-50 situation. Sometimes they work fine, sometimes they work correctly, and sometimes there are some interruptions. That is, the app might not load at all. It might show that there's no internet, or it might only load after 20 tries, constantly crashing. So this is a typical set of problems with incompatible routers. That's exactly why there are special routers with special firmware. If you have your own router, we always recommend that you just connect it and try it out. If you don't have any router and you're going to buy one anyway, for example, if you have a new house or there was never any internet in your home, then to avoid overpaying, it's better to buy a router specifically for video surveillance systems right away. Now I'll show you clearly how to connect and set up the Ison Grot system. Everything here is quite simple. First, we take any cable and also take the camera cable. We connect the BNC connector to the corresponding port. The second connector is for power. Just plug the female into the male. On the other end of the cable, we connect the BNC connector to any of the BNC ports on the video recorder. And we connect the power to the power supply unit through a splitter. Our advanced splitter will power all of our cameras simultaneously at once, all through a single efficient power supply. Naturally, we plug the power supply itself into a 220 volt outlet using the plug that also comes in the kit. All the other cameras are connected in exactly the same way. We have a second power supply included in the kit. We use it to connect the video recorder to power. A control mouse is included in the kit. We connect it to the USB port. We will connect the system to an Ison LED G32F monitor. These monitors support 2K and 4K video. I'll also show you right away how to connect the surveillance system to the internet. To do this, you need to connect the video recorder and the router with a cable, a patch cord. If you purchase the Grot video surveillance system together with a router, a patch cord will be included with the router. If you already have your own router, this cable is also included in your kit. If for some reason you don't have it, if it's being used or you've lost it, you can buy one at any computer store. We also sell them ourselves. All you need to do is connect the video recorder with an RJ45 connector to the corresponding RJ45 port, and on the other end, plug it into the same type of port on your router.
Now let's take a look at the DVR control menu. Here we need to select the language. Here the system prompts us to enter the password. The default password on all the DVRs is Ison12345. Click Login here, and we need to check the time. Check the time zone to match the current time zone. Click Next. This is the network settings of the DVR. This is necessary if you immediately connect the recorder to your network. Here are the network settings for all cameras. Click Next. All hard disks will be displayed here. Hard disks should be used with SATA 2, SATA 3 connectors for video surveillance systems. Click Next. Here the system prompts us to change the password and ask control questions. We will not do it now. Click Exit. All our cameras are displayed here. You can move the mouse, and here we have hints and quick menu items. For example, PDZ is for rotating cameras. Zoom button, that is zooming in on the footage. Here you can enable audio that supports your surveillance cameras, which you connect such. 2 times click the mouse to expand the window to full screen. Also click twice to go back. Right-click to open the menu. Here, for example, you can customize the display of the number of cameras you want. Let's click to exit full screen mode in order to see the main menu. There are a lot of different functions and settings here. I will show you the main ones that you will probably use. On the top, we have the main buttons. Here we have now open view mode. On the left, CCTV cameras. Here respectively display. Also customize as you need. Here is the button archive here. Select the desired camera on the left. Select the date on the calendar. Below displays the selected day from 0 to 24 hours. Here you can display only motion recording. You can speed up the video. Then in the search section, you can save the information to a USB flash card before you need to insert it into any USB port of the recorder. Also select the surveillance camera. Select the date. Click on the button to save the video to a USB flash drive. Here are all the same settings that we have already seen. There are also additional settings, such as user settings. Here you can create several users so that then you can keep track of who went into the mini recorder and what did with the system. Here is a system of alerts about different events. Also all standard can be configured. Here network settings. On the P2P tab you can configure the option to view the image from a smartphone. There is also an email tab here. In this item you can configure email notifications that triggered the motion sensor. Here are the camera settings that we have already seen, and also OST menu settings. For example, you can specify the names for each camera. Here are the recording settings for each camera. In this item you can choose how to record your CCTV cameras constantly, by motion sensor or by schedule. We recommend that all our customers immediately put all CCTV cameras in motion sensor recording mode. Here is the DVR maintenance button. You can use it to get basic information and also to update the device. In the upper right corner there is also a button to turn off and restart the DVR.
Now I will show you how to install and set up the application on your smartphone for remote viewing. The instructions are absolutely the same for all Apple devices, meaning on iPhone 10, 15, 16, it's all exactly the same, as well as for all Google devices and all Android devices. It's all absolutely the same. Download the app through the App Store or Google Market called BitVision. You enter the BitVision app, click on the 3 lines in the top left. Here, click on Login. Now, click on First, Login. And here you click on the registration button. Complete the registration. It's a fairly simple registration. You need to provide your email, password, nothing to worry about. I am already registered. After you have registered, click on the Login button. Click on the 3 lines again. Go to the Device Manager. And here in the bottom right, you click on the plus sign. 3 options are offered for how to add your video recorder. The simplest option is to click the bottom item, LAN search. This means that a network search will be performed automatically. Here, my video recorder is displayed immediately. I click on it. Here we need to enter the device name. You can specify something arbitrary, for example, home. The username is always admin, in lowercase. And the password. Here, enter the one you specified during initial registration, that is, the password. From your video recorder, I see the camera display. And let's go through the main settings. I can double-click on the camera to display 4 cameras at once. Similarly, set up all the cameras connected to your video recorder. I can rotate the phone 90 degrees to display the camera in full screen. I can pinch to zoom in on the image for software zoom, rotating the phone back. There are also quick buttons below the screen. The first is to take a screenshot. The second is to record video online right now. Next, this button allows you to listen to the audio from the surveillance camera. The following button displays a certain number of cameras you want to show at once. I will leave it at 1 for now. The BD button is for switching modes. Right now we clicked on HD and can see how the quality has changed, meaning we are viewing in maximum quality and can see how clear the image has become. By default, BD is set for traffic saving, so you see the situation and understand what is happening. If you want to view this moment in maximum detail, you click on HD. Below, there are also playback, close, and share buttons. I will show you the main feature that you will use, which is viewing. Click on the 3 lines in the top left, and here select playback. Here, you also select the camera that will be connected, and at the bottom, a bar will appear, and you simply swipe with your finger to choose the event you want to view. For example, you see that yesterday at there was some movement at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you just swipe your finger here, and automatic playback starts. That is, in this way you can not only view the image online from your phone, but also see what happened. You can quickly send this information to your phone to take it to law enforcement or do something else with this information.